go over some of the file locations for dayz. I use HFB servers. It uses the kind of the standard control panel, I guess. If you click on File Manager, you'll see we have a couple folders up here that have the @ symbol. There shouldn't be a lot of them, just a couple. @dayz, this is the actual mod folder. When you downloaded dayz or dayz epoch and you wanted the mod, this is the folder that you downloaded. It's on the server and it is also on your computer. If we click on it, open it up, it's got an add-ons folder, and then here's all your dayz mod files. The dayz code is the only one you're going to need, and I'll show you where that file is if you're on dayz.st as a server host, because they don't allow you access to this. Maybe some of the other ones don't either, but I know they don't for sure. Reality churnerous. Hosts can name these things whatever they want. So this could be @hive or @dayz server, who knows. And if you're running epoch, the mod would be @dayz epoch, and this would be @dayz epoch server. If you're running Overwatch, it'd be @dayz Overwatch and @dayz Overwatch server. But it's got your add-ons folder again, and inside here's your dayz server PBO. Some people may have a folder instead of the PBO. That just saves you time having to pack and unpack. A PBO is simply like a zip file. It takes the folder, packs it all up for one convenient little package. So don't panic if you don't have a PBO. If you have a folder, good, it just saved you 2 steps. You can edit the files just the same. MP missions folder, this is the same. Every server is going to have an MP missions folder. This is where your mission file goes. Depending on what map and what mod you're running is going to be the name of it. The standard dayz uses dayz_1 churnerous PBO. Again, it may be unpacked. Now if you take a look up through here, expansion, DLL, DirectX, config files. That's kind of giving you a hint that that's where your config files are going to be. But your host might not say config files. It might have CFG, profiles, instance, who knows, whatever they want to name it. It's entirely up to the host. So we open that up, and here's your hive ext.ini file. That's where you set the date, and that's your database connections. That'll all be set up for you usually. Config.cfg, that's the file that you're going to use to change your server name and message of the day. Here's the file that's most important in this folder. Arma2 OA server.rpt. This is your log. It's going to show all the errors, and anytime there's a problem, this is the first file you should be looking at. Something people aren't aware of is that there is also a log on the client. Anything that is running, any script that's running on the client, not the server, is going to post to the log file on the client. And I'll show you where that is in a second. The other folder in here is the BattleEye. This is going to have your script restrictions, all those text files. And while you're testing your server, if you're having trouble and you just want to get your server working, you can delete every one of these text files except for bands.txt. Do not delete that. So we keep the DLL, the CFG, and the bands.txt, and you could delete the rest of these and be able to run your server, test it. There's 20,000 legitimate players that are kicked by BattleEye exceptions for one hacker. So it's really not that big of a deal to remove them. Now if you want to be safe, you would put those back in and edit them later after you've got your server all set. But a lot of people have the most trouble with these here when you're trying to install a script, and it's kind of difficult when you're trying to install a script and then you can't even test it because the BattleEye keeps kicking you. So yeah, so don't get that confused with BattleEye up here. This is the actual BattleEye installation folder, and it has these files get copied into to your config files when you create your server. So don't get that confused. Same thing with BE setup. So let's see, the Arma2 RPT file on local computer. If you go to C drive, and then you go to program. No, let's see where I was going the wrong way. Users, and then your username, and then app data. You might not be able to see it. This is a little bit lighter color. That's because this is a hidden folder. If you search for this, you won't see it unless you have tools, folder options, view, hidden files and folders, show hidden files and folders. And then you'll be able to see that. Click on that, local, Armor 2 OA, and here's your RPT file. Shows right up like that. And like I say, anything that runs on the client, a lot of those self actions, your add action problems, that's where they're going to show up because they work on the client. Something else of note in this folder is the MP missions cache. When you go and join a server and it tells you at the beginning, downloading mission file, well, this is where it goes. And they're all right here, and you can unpack these and go in here and browse and see what the other people are doing, how their scripts work. You can pilfer some of their code if you want. Oops, shouldn't have closed that. So that's where you wanted to go. Let's see, that was users, username, app data, local, Armor 2 OA, and that's it. The other thing is that we talked about was the mod folder on your local computer. That's in your Armor 2 Operation Arrowhead folder, which if you have Steam, you go to Drive C, Program Files, or x86 if you're on a 64-bit system. Steam Apps, Common, Armor 2 Operation Arrowhead, and here they all are. I have dayz, Epoch, Overwatch. This is the dialogue editor, and this is a friend's mod that he's developing. So if we click on @dayz, add-ons, here's all the same ones that are on my server. Here's your dayz code. I've right-clicked on it and extracted it with PPO Manager, and there it is.